oh shit, IT raid. Okay, so income tax raid is supposed to be a huge thing. But nowadays, every Tom, Dick and Harry is getting under the purview of this IT raids. Right from Bollywood celebrities to premium businesses to everyone else. IT raids are everywhere. But what happens when an IT raid happens and what can you do when they come knocking at your doorstep? Let's find out. Income tax raid can take place when the income tax department believes that you have hoarded a lot of unaccounted cash or you have undertaken certain fraudulent transactions. But wait, is mere suspicion enough? Not really. Income tax raid can take place if the income tax department has leads, credible information or a source, or they have proof that you have undertaken transactions which you have not accounted for or which are large, high volume cash transactions. In these occasions, they can come knocking at your doorstep. Basically, they don't take and go anything. They can seize things and they can seize documents, diaries, any written notes, all your working papers, all your gold, bullion, jewelry which is unexplained, your computer disk, hard drives, a lot of things, right? So rather I will tell you what all they cannot seize, which makes things easier for you. When an IT raid happens, they cannot seize your stock if you are into business and doing business of that particular stock. They cannot seize any assets which have been declared in the income tax returns. They cannot seize jewelry which has been shown or declared in the income tax return. They cannot seize cash again declared in the income tax return. And coming to gold, for every male member of the house, 100 grams of gold, for every female unmarried member 250 grams, and for every female married member 500 grams. This much amount of gold, even if not declared, can be kept in the house. Rest everything, if not declared, they can take and go. So much on income tax raid. But what exactly are the powers of these officers? The income tax department officers who come for raid have the powers to seize anything, to break open the lockers, to take away the locker keys and open them, to check everything or every bit of your house or any of your personal belongings, to make a list of all the belongings that you have so that they can match later with what you have recorded or declared. But every time when a raid happens, you may not be able to be in a position that you can explain everything to them or you can give all the proof. It could be because of multiple reasons. Either you do not have them right now or you are simply under pressure to remember them. In all these scenarios, you have certain rights. And those are, first you can take copies or photocopies of all the documents that they are taking away and write it with them that what all goods they are taking away. Also, you can file a petition in the High Court that these raids or charges leveled against you are just false and baseless and you have sufficient proof to explain everything that you have. Good, now you know your rights, you can exercise them. But during the raid, what all is allowed? During the raid, you can eat your meals, you can eat your medicines, you can have doctors visit you, you can have your children go to school after checking their bags. Also, if you feel that a lot of injustice is happening on you, what you can do is from your locality, you can call two people which are independent so that they can also oversee the raids. Not to forget and to repeat, you can also take a copy of the Panchnama. Panchnama is basically a document which has a list of all the goods that they are seizing and going. Thank you for listening. I hope this session was informative and will help you when the next raid happens. And if not you, you can send it to your friend whom it can help. You know who it is. Don't forget to like, share or subscribe our channel and let us know what kind of finance related knowledge we can bring to you in a simple manner.